We're right next to the Key Bridge.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Like, all them people on the bridge just died, dude.
What the fuck? No,
Oh
shut
my god.
Yes, sir. Already starting to arrive over here at the FDA headquarters. R62 is about your location now. I think he just arrived. You can liaison with him.
The Key Bridge sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell.
Got to be kidding me. Watch this. It literally turns directly into the pole. It turned directly into the bridge. You can't tell me that did not turn directly into the bridge.
Me be that dude, the retired coastie, to tell you, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way that no tanker ship is gonna crash into no bridge at night by mistake. Question to all my coasties out there: where the pilot boat at? And where the tugboats at? And where's the horn? The warning, the crash warning before it hits? I ain't hear no warning. I ain't hear no nothing. I'ma leave that with y'all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And it's a couple days after that, Russia.
We're looking at the sun again this morning. Today's date is March the 24th, 2024. I captured this on March the 20th at 7 a.m. and the time now is almost 8 o'clock, and we have the sun looking like this again. Again, there's a planet underneath it. We're here in Lower Alabama. Sorry, you guys, trying to zoom in, and it's still pulsating really strongly like it was the other day. So yeah, I'm trying to zoom in, you guys, to see how it's still pulsating. And it's even pulsating like this even to the naked eye. I'm trying to get it closer. Sorry, you guys, I'm zooming in and zooming out trying to get it. There we go. And my son, he's only 6. He says, wow, mommy, look at the sun. So yeah, you guys.
Now, NASA recently discovered something called X points around Earth and also around the sun. These are naturally occurring portals that open and close every single day all around the outside of our planet. The Themis satellite system discovered these portals a few years back, and I've been analyzing and watching them. Some of them create direct pathways to the sun and even to other planets in our solar system. So these are called X points. They exist all around the outside of our planet. They're where magnetic diffusion points hit and cross, like our magnetic fields hit and cross. In some way, combining that crossing with electromagnetic fields with charged particles from the sun opens up
all the crystal structures we had. Then they started chopping down all of the trees. And we never knew we had trees this big on this planet, because they told us that they was mountains. Oh, our real history was completely hidden from us in plain sight, and then put in front of us in movies for us to enjoy. Oh, and trust me, I know that someone could tell you something and you could find it hard to believe. But once you see it with your own eyes, it's no denying it. The world we live in is not what it seems. It's much more than we was told. All you have to do is open your eyes and look. It's all around you. Psh, crazy. I know, right?
You can't make this shit up.
You wanna know what's crazy? They asked the guy who wrote the movie Avatar, and they asked him why he didn't put any black people in the movie. And he told them they did. They was just blue. The whole movie is about y'all. And I pay attention to those people in Avatar, the blue people. They got dreads. I take that back. They got locks. They got crystals on. Damn, when I thought about it, I said, damn, he right. There's no black people in the whole movie. 1 and 2. Shoom. And then they told us these was mountains. There's no way in the fucking world that these are mountains if that's what a tree stump look like. I'm sorry. And then y'all can go look it up yourself. There's really no such thing as a mountain. You think those rocks, that's wood. Go look it up. That's wood. They told you it was rocks. It's really wood. Petrified wood. They done fucking lied to us about everything that they taught us. Shit is amazing. Open your eyes and pay attention to everything. This is not what it seems.
.com, and I done used my motherfucking social security card using the QSIP number on the back. When I use a control number on Fidelity.com, it says total bonds found. 2. We clicking this shit together, motherfuckers. We clicking this shit together.
This video was in response to people saying that there is no hidden trust account or hidden money made in your name.
United States Treasury bills, coupon. We know what a coupon is. What the fuck do that say right there, you dumb motherfuckers? Bitch, that's one bond, bitch. That's one fucking bond, bitches. Oh, my hands and shit. And this the second bond. Oh, my God. Oh, shit, I can't even.
You have a number on the back of your social security card. It has a one letter and the digits after that. A lot of people say that it's a QSIP. It's not a QSIP, but it is a control number that is used to create.
That is participating in the system is not going to be able to directly access the money. The people who have access to the value in those coupons are the trustees of the United States government, being the attorneys, the judges, various political figures. They're considered trustees of the public trust. They're the ones who created those coupons or those instruments, and they're the ones who utilize them in trust. The trust, it's a usufruct, it's a spendthrift. This is a trust mechanism, and the funds that are generated by hypothecating the Social Security account and other aspects of your person or your legal name are used in various government programs, as well as used in the evaluation of entities that are part of the government or part of the banking system. It's not a cash account that you can just draw funds out of.
Conspiracy theories or anything, but check this out. So I saw this video.
Did you see they just did some weird law with house insurance in California?
Yeah, they removed house insurance out there. State Farm is pulling out of that market. I don't feel like something massive is going to happen.
And not even 2 minutes later, this text message pops up. Pause to read.
Y'all thought that shit was cap, right? Peep this. Now y'all tell me, why is all of these major companies, bro? We talking about the pushers and movers of the, you feel me? Of the shits. Why are they leaving? Bro, all of the major stores in San Fran is closing down. Yo, like, the Disney store, bro? Like, the Disney store's leaving? Yo, I really want y'all to think about this shit, bro. This is not normal. It's time for us to really pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you and your surroundings and shit. And wait up!
You're going to give them the deed of trust, and you're going to put your phone in your trust name. You know, instead of going and getting a bank account, you're going to go open a trust account. You're going to put some money in the trust savings account. And then you're going to ask the bank for a secured credit card because the trust don't have no credit score. The trust don't have nothing but some money. So they're going to freeze that savings account, give you a credit card. Then you make whoever you want authorized user on that credit card, but you're supposed to start routing every single purchase through the credit card of the trust so that the trust can write all of that shit off. Right? So now the estate is not spending any money and it's not receiving any money. So now you can't tax the estate. The trust is tax exempt. And then you've established yourself as a Native American who's also tax exempt.
This is unbelievable. There was a man in the Dominican Republic in the woods praying, and all of a sudden a whole group of angels appeared, and these people that were walking by in the village, they saw him and they seen the angels and they're recording this. Look at this, amazing. Look how many of them there are there. It's crazy. Look. Now they're saying that they're angels. They could be angels. They could be light beings. But look how many of them. There's so many of them. Unbelievable. God is great, man. God is great.
Knows me, knows that I'm not that much of a religious person, but I was reading a Bible from 1775 today, and guess what I found out? That, two things really. There is a 13th month, and the 13th month's name was Vader. Number two thing that I found out was the fact that the one who they called Jesus did not die on the 20th, was not born on the 25th. He was born on April the 1st. Now, fast forward to nowadays, what do they call April 1st? April Fool's Day. Now, who do you think they're calling the fool? The people who don't know that this was the day that their proclaimed Savior was born on. Take that and run with it. Love y'all.
Pretty interesting, right? Now, in regards to there being a 13th month and the name of that month, I don't know. I have no knowledge of that. But what I do know is our current Gregorian calendar is based in Roman paganism, and it is a perversion of God's Hebrew and biblical calendar. But when it comes to Jesus's birth not taking place on December 25th, there has been plenty of evidence, historical and biblical, to back up this fact. But why would it be on April 1st out of all days? I think Jonathan Cahn did an excellent job in explaining this in a recent interview that he did. Check this out.
Was Jesus born on December 25th?
No. First of all, in first clue, Luke 2, it says, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths, laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. In the same region, there were some shepherds staying out in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. That alone is a clue right there. The rabbis say in the Talmud that shepherds would only be out in the fields around March until the next rainy season. If you've been to Israel in the winter, it does get, I've been there when there's been snow. They're not just keeping their sheep in the pens, they're out in the fields and at night, which is very strange. Why would they be out in the fields at night? So there is one time of the year that shepherds would especially be out with their flocks at night. Only one. That's in the springtime. Why are they watching their flocks at all hours? Because shepherds during one particular time do that. It's when the sheep give birth to lambs. In the lambing season. That's the only time. That's where they're watching at any time of day, any time of night. They're watching for any birth. birth. That's the only time. And when would that happen? Lambs are only born at a certain time of the year, not like us. They can only be born at a certain season. Lambs are born in the springtime. They could start as early as February, but it really would go March, April. That's the center. That's the Hebrew month of Nisan. Nisan is that month. So it's what a perfect thing to begin with, because Jesus is the Lamb of God. So why would God have, who would he have to greet the birth? Shepherds who are watching for the birth of the Lamb. So here, that's so perfect of God. Messiah is the Lamb of God, and they're there greeting. That's what they're doing. Every day, every time he fulfills a holy day, he doesn't just fulfill the time, the theme of that day, he fulfills it. For instance, Passover, he dies as the Passover lamb. First fruits, he rises. So everything has to do with that. Is there any day on the Hebrew calendar that would match up with birth, new beginning, new everything? There is one day, and it happens to be in Nisan. And the one day is Nisan 1, which is the very beginning of the Hebrew year, the very day that begins everything. It's the real New Year, though most Jewish people think Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah,
is New
Rosh
Year.
Hashanah.
It's not. The real New Year of God is Nisan 1. It's the day that begins the calendar. It changes the calendar. The old calendar is gone. The new calendar begins. What does Messiah's birth do when he comes to this world? He changes the calendar. The whole calendar is changed BC AD, and there's one day in the Hebrew calendar that matches that, and that's Nisan 1. It's the calendar changer.
So there it is. God's feast days in the Old Testament are so significant because they are all types and shadows pointing to Jesus and revealing hidden things about Jesus. So if we throw it out, we're throwing out Jesus himself, which said that he is the law of Moses. And this is a perfect example of why we need to understand the Old Testament and why God tells us to keep his feast, not Jewish feast, but his feast forever. I pray this.
How many months are there in a year? 12. Exactly. How many weeks are there in a year? 52. Good. However, 12 months, well, 12 times 4 is 48. And 52 minus 4 is 48. Doesn't take a genius to work out we've got 4 extra weeks. And what do 4 weeks make? A month. There are actually 13 months in a year. We are being paid for 12 months work, and we are doing 13 months work a year.
Bruh.
CERN is starting back up on April 8th.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they are firing up the portal machine on April 8th. Like why would they pick any other day? Like why would they pick the 7th or the 9th or the 10th or the 11th or the 12th or the 13th? No, of course it's going to be on April 8th when we have the solar eclipse and everything else is on that day. Like, of course, CERN, the area, the Hadron Collider that is literally trying to create black holes, trying to find the God particle, having the statue of Shiva with a portal around her out front of their facility. Of course, April 8th. Black hole sun. Yeah. I can't anymore.
Be less. Be less you. When something is really good, we say that is sick. Another word for good is wicked. That's wicked. The English language is full of hidden spells. This is why we call it spelling. Because every word you say is creating torus fields, which is energy and frequency. Frequency is the only thing that can penetrate your body without your consent. You can choose what you put into your body, but you cannot choose what you hear. Every frequency you listen to and produce has an effect on your cells and electromagnetic field. And when this field becomes destroyed, your body becomes destroyed. Because energy and frequency comes before physical matter. It is the creator of physical matter. English is the most spoken language in the world. They want everyone to speak it because it's filled with double meaning words which cast hidden spells. Mourning is the feeling you feel when someone has died. Why do you think the Bible says death and life are in the power of the tongue?
Is the reason why doctors in the U.S. are going broke. Listen up to what she has to say.
We have a plant that supports lung health, that helps us heal lung tissue, that's useful when we're sick to deal with inflammations like bronchitis, laryngitis, but also helps us to bring phlegm up. It helps us to deal with asthmatic lung conditions. It can help us to heal.
So the plant she's referring to is mullein. And as you can see, it treats a host of issues, but it's especially beneficial for anyone who has any respiratory issues, smokers, past smokers, COPD, or asthma. And the way that it works is it basically flushes all of the mucus out of your lungs. So the obvious question would be, if this plant is so effective, how come you've never heard of it? Every year, millions of people suffer through cold and flu season, which just makes Big Pharma richer. If you live in the US, this stuff grows all over the place, but it's a lengthy process. You've got to harvest it, dry it out, boil it, and then strain it down to make a tea. Or you can get it in extract form, 2 drops in 8 ounces of water, once or twice a day. Your lungs are going to clear out. You're going to feel amazing. Check the link in my bio for this and a few other natural
Ramen
solutions.
noodles under a microscope? Yeah, I think we should take a look. Think you'll be surprised. Cause what is this? This is on ramen noodles. So when you eat the ramen noodles, you eating them too? If y'all know what insect this is, let me know in the comments. Why does it look like a tick? And then it get worse. Let's see what these insects do when you add water to the ramen noodles. They float. So when you make your ramen noodles, they float. You know how I say when you eat processed food, it can give you parasites? That's just something to think about. Let me know in the comments.
Aliens, a conspiracy theorist, shared this footage. He'd seen some police on the shores with what looked like a washed-up alien body. The police had cleared the place and not much was said about the incident. Because of this person decided to do some research on the area and found this strange structure on the map in the ocean. It was donut-shaped. When he zoomed in on the map, he came to find this, a UFO-looking craft floating above the water. He believed that this was some sort of alien base and that the creature that was washed up on the shore might have come from there. What do you make of this analysis? Is this man telling the truth, or is this all just some mumbo-jumbo?
People on camera, and you need to watch this.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that?
Did y'all see that?
Oh, God!
Oh, no.
The light? There's like a shadow there. Watch. See that?
You see that figure? I definitely saw a figure standing there.
Fuck, tell me I'm not on fucking crack, dude. Hell no. What the fuck, dude? I'm out of here. Mom.
Oh no, I'd move out. I don't know if you can escape shadow people though. What? Imagine being home alone and that happened.
Coming through the kitchen here. Say hi, Bernard. He never was.
Yeah, stuffed animal.
And then... This is the third time I've come through, and this is exactly how I see them. 3 times now.
OMG.
What is that?
Don't watch this video and go to sleep. Right after.
Who are you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Leave my lights alone.
Hollywood, go to Beverly Hills, and you can go there with $250,000, and you can make a designer baby. They will take the egg from the womb of the woman, like they did my friend's wife. They will do some genetic tinkering with that. They will inseminate that egg with the sperm of the husband, which is my friend. And then from there, they will do some more genetic tinkering with the gene code, and they will control the eye color, the hair color, and many other aspects of the kid. And then this kid will be born. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this kid is an absolute genius right now as a toddler. They're doing that now in 2020. Now that baby was born in 2022. So 2024 right now, currently. This is current era technology. that we've rediscovered. They're talking about doing this a very, very long time ago. That's right,
Claims
CRISPR.
they captured a real-life fairy.
I just caught a ferry. Ferry landed on me.
Okay, could be a bug. I'm not gonna lie.
Heck yeah, they are. Yeah, got a ferry. Wow, I
But
was
what makes me
collecting
think
eggs.
this isn't
Ferry landed
a bug
on me.
is what they're about to show next.
Magical.
Yeah, that doesn't look like any regular bug to me.
No muere un poquito. Ya, ahí.
Kind of bug-like, but the top does not look like any regular bug.
Oh my god.
That doesn't look like any bug I've ever seen.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Such thing as other planets or outer space. I believe the planets are actually just fallen angel beings, and I'm about to show you. So we know, according to scripture, stars are angels, angels are stars. We know that we all live under God's firmament. There's no such thing as outer space. So all the stars or angels are inside the firmament. Right? According to Revelation, the 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, right? So we know stars are angels. Right? We know 1/3 of the stars of heaven, or the angels, fell, right? They disobeyed God. These are known as the fallen, right? Now the book of Ezekiel gives us a description of what some of these angels look like. As for their appearances, they four had one likeness, as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel. So a wheel inside of a wheel. This is a picture of Mars captured by the Nikon P1000 camera. What do you see? A wheel inside of a wheel. Now, you can go find a bunch of Greek and Roman gods that actually have the same names as the planets. They were named after them. Because they're not actually planets, the false gods are really just fallen angels in disguise. This stuff is no joke, you can go look it up. Why do you think they had us building these solar system projects in school, trying to get us to memorize all these names? We were giving false idolization to these false gods. Right, and they gave us hints, right? Some of them actually do look like wheels inside of wheels, but this is fake. It's not what they actually look like. These are the true photos of what these so-called planets actually look like. They're all wheels inside of wheels. These are the fake ones. Now these are some pictures of stars as well that have the same exact appearance. Just normal stars. Alright, so what God has ordained for these angels is to move in this circuit type fashion around the earth, right? Right, so if there was certain of these stars or these angels not moving in this circuit, they'd basically be disobeying him, right? Which is what the planets are, wandering stars. I believe they are part of the fallen, which is why they are connected to all these Roman and Greek false gods. I believe he gave us a hint at this in the book of Jude. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame. Wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Why are these wandering stars or these wandering angels so shameful? Probably because they disobeyed him. You know what you guys think about this one? Don't forget to like and follow to stay tapped in with the truth, and I'll see you in the next one.
NASA found heaven using the Hubble telescope. Look.
Hey, the Hubble telescope launched back in 1990. 4 years later, 1994, we get that image right there. Okay, you know, shot back down to Earth from the Hubble telescope. Now, what did NASA do? Of course, they tried to hide it, but it didn't work. Now, by the way, that picture right there, my uncle gave me that picture. It was taken by a photographer at Ellington Airfield of the Hubble telescope. You know, you guys know my uncle worked at NASA, and he told me that NASA, you know, does in fact try to hide images and anomalies from the public. Okay, I just wanted to include that little tidbit of information in my video today. By the way, my microphone shorted out. I'm using a different microphone, guys. So, but check it out. I mean, look, you can see towers, pillars, caves. I mean, it looks like a man-made building. Okay, this galactic city in the middle of the universe. I mean, this is mind-blowing. Like, you know, I thought it was fake, but this, like I said, guys, this is a real NASA image leaked to the public. And I don't know why I've never heard about it. I was watching another channel last night, and they covered the topic here, and I was blown away. I mean, it's quite beautiful, actually. And the crazy thing is, okay, when it was leaked back in 1994, it was one day after Christmas. So was that intentional? You know, because they're calling it, you know, the city of God. You know, so to me, I mean, I don't know, was that someone at NASA that, you know, is basically trying to send us, you know, the American people, the Earth, the world, for the world, really, when we're talking about the Hubble telescope, are they trying to send us a message? I mean, what are we looking at here, guys? Crazy. I mean, it reminds me of like ancient ruins like on Mars or the moon or, you know, or any planet for that matter, but check it out. And it has like these weird domes and tower, almost like a watchtower, and you can actually see different rooms. And I mean, to me, there's too many shapes and there's too much geography there. It doesn't look natural. Okay? And again, it's very beautiful to look at. You know, when I saw it, I just kind of stared at it for a while. I was like, wow, that is absolutely beautiful. But, I mean, right there's the original image right there. I did add a little bit of a filter, but like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the original NASA image untouched. And also, we're going to zoom in here in a minute and, you know, get a good close look at it. You know, because you know, you guys know I do everything I can to show you every bit of detail. I mean, right there, guys. Here we go. We're going to zoom in a little bit. I mean, that to me, I don't know, that does not look natural. And why would something like that be literally floating in space, right? And right there, you see that little tower? And is that like a little moon? Maybe they have two moons behind them. It looks like a city. You know, like something you would see like on Google Maps. I mean, totally crazy. Like there's a little tunnel right there, some caves, and almost like a V-shaped roof back there. You know, some type of awning. I don't know, guys. I mean, you tell me. You tell me what you think in the comment section because, you know, I am completely blown away here. You know, and when you put all the facts together, the fact that it was leaked, okay, NASA tried to classify the picture, right? They tried to hide the picture from the public, but it was too late. Reporters already had their hands on it. And by the way, you know, it's kind of buried on the internet.
Pay attention to what he said.
What would you think if I could take you to a place where the 200 fallen angels built a boardroom for them to all meet? It would have to be at the top of a finished pyramid, at the end of a pointed sword, with a phoenix right there into the front yard. And if you clicked inside of it, it would have a round table where they could all meet together, all 200 of them. And if you go right inside the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation, I'm going to show you their boardroom. All 200 delegates meet right here in the top of this finished pyramid. It's one of the only finished pyramids I've ever seen in my life. And if you click on that little mark right there, it's going to take us down inside that hole. And that's what's underneath the Palace of the Peace and Reconciliation, where the 200 fallen angels meet. That sun shines right through the middle of that table that holds 200 people, and it goes all the way down to the middle of the floor in the basement, which is the amphitheater, and that's where all the people can meet. It says 200 seats for the world's religious meetings. Chapter 3 in Enoch 1 tells you that there were 200 fallen angels that descended in that day. And right there, it tells you the names of those people, and they were the leaders of 10. I've never heard of anybody even mention this place or a Christian telling me that they went there. Okay, click on the U.S. Embassy in Astana and then zoom down right down the street and you'll see that portal right there. I thought this was super weird, but there's no pictures of it. So if you go across the street and click on that little blue dot right across the river, and then roll that thing around right there and you're going to see this, looks like a portal to me.
Guys, this is in Mexico. This guy was walking home last night and he caught what appears to be a face in the sky, y'all. Look at that, y'all. It looks like a female's face. Look at this. Did that just blink? Look, it just blinked. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit for y'all. Just a little bit. But yeah, yep. That's her blinking. Yeah, man. What do y'all think? That's crazy, man. But this is in Mexico, y'all. Oh, wow. Even clearer. What is going on? Now, again, this might be Project Bluebeam. We have no idea, but you can't be dismissing things, y'all, because you see a whole bunch of things taking place on the earth right now that has never taken place before. So you got to be very open-minded. But this is crazy, y'all. It's like a huge superhero looking at us.
That's the news from the tornado. Y'all watch when I put play. You see up in the cloud? Watch them people walk out the car.
We then had to pull over because that's when emergency crews were headed towards Wynn. We saw an ambulance. We saw a fire truck headed that way. And so we are almost there, but we're not even in Wynn yet. And this is the damage we're seeing. We saw a few people kind of outside. It looks like they may have been possibly
that was placed on him during the invention of Christianity about 300 years after his death.
Please go to that man's page, Black Sheep Tiny House, and watch his second pin video. It's really important for you to understand the difference between a follower of Jesus and a Christian. I was born and raised into the Christian church. I was baptized Christian, and I've read the Bible from the front cover to the back cover 4 times. And even after the 4th time I finished the Bible, I had questions that the book could not answer, questions that only God could answer. And God spoke to me. And he said, read, study, absorb history. Spirit has told me countless times, seek, and the answer will be revealed to you. And in my search for the esoteric knowledge and truth, I found this book. It is the 2022 edition of the complete 54-book Apocrypha, the Deuterocanon, 1 through 3 Enoch, Giants, Jasher, Jubilees, Pseudepigrapha, and the Apostolic Fathers. Guess what company printed and published this book? The Covenant Christian Coalition. When the Divine Feminine ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and humanity fell, immorality was born and plagued the earth. The Anunnaki were sent from the planet Nibiru, and these human demigods mated with the daughters of Cain, and the fallen ones became their own human subrace of giants. I mean, they even have chapters of Psalms that were omitted from the earlier texts of the Bible. I've pinned the book down below. If you decide to buy it, please buy it through that link. I can't give a detailed review on it at this time because I just read it, but I can tell you, if you are searching for answers, you will find them in this book. And this is in no way to take away from the Bible, but the Bible is not the end-all be-all. Stay the course, my friends, and the path will always reveal itself.
Press a button. It looks like the sun is going down and there aren't that many clouds in the sky. But look at this. Out of nowhere, a new sky begins to form. And within seconds, it covers the whole atmosphere. It was like a new curtain of dark, blurred sky was pulled over the previous one. This is so strange. Could it be that we're actually living in a simulated reality? Maybe every event, every change around us is just part of a programmed sequence happening on some cosmic computer. It's pretty mind-bending when you think about it. Perhaps we shouldn't. I'm not ready for a headache. Or a visit from the simulation police, now I think about it. Let's move on to the next item.
They want to stay here. They don't want to go anywhere else. This consciousness wants to stay here, stay in this body, never get older, continually experience the highest of high experiences, and go on. I remember being killed before. You don't get a full life review. Everything is wrong with this whole system setup. You're supposed to have a life review. The way that they've perverted it and inverted it, they've set up a system where they'll throw us through a machine, traps, stores the soul, erases the memory completely, and then throws you back into basically the same situation you just came from again with the same people, just with different clothes. You move in circles with the same people.
But some souls, pretty much advanced in the
can bypass and leave,
can progress in the next life. So it means this doesn't work perfectly.
Nothing they do works perfectly. That's why they're losing control now. There's volunteer consciousness down here at the moment, and I would class myself and yourself volunteer consciousness. Specifically came down here to try and change the paradigm, to try and get this information out so that we can not have to be living like this and not having to repeat the same cycles over and over and over again.
Into a totally different dimension by raising the frequencies and vibrations of the earth. It will shift into a new dimension, And this is the greatest show on earth because they said all the beings and all the universes are watching, because this has never happened to in any universe anywhere, that an entire planet will shift into a new dimension. And when this happens, it's like two Earths, as though they split. The old Earth is left behind with all the negativity and all the chaos. And the new Earth separates, and it will be totally new and beautiful. Now, those who have raised the vibrations and frequencies of their bodies will shift into the new Earth. And a lot of this is happening right now. A lot of people are feeling this in their bodies because they are having physical symptoms they can't explain. This is happening as the body shifts and changes the vibrations and frequencies of the body. The frequencies can't be changed immediately because it would be too damaging to the body. The body couldn't handle it. It would die. So it has to be done in steps, slowly. Those who are ready, those who are open to this, are the ones who will be going into the new Earth by raising the frequencies and vibrations of their body. They have to be willing to learn and to be open to these things. Some of the symptoms that I've been told is depression, heart palpitations, high blood pressure, joint aches and pains, muscle aches and pains. And the people go to the doctor, and the doctor said he can't find anything wrong. Of course, they put them on pills, but they can't find anything wrong. All it is the body is adjusting as it's moving into the different frequencies. And it's going to affect it. It will go on for a little while, and then it will level off. And it'll be okay for a while, and then it'll do it again. The older people are the ones that are having the most physical problems because their bodies are having more problems adjusting to the changing in the frequency. The people in the middle are not having as much. The children, it's not affecting them hardly at all because they've already come in with the frequency changed and the DNA has already been changed. It's the other population that's having difficulty shifting and adjusting to these things. But the body, the DNA is definitely changing. We're told to watch our diets because they want to stay away from heavy red meats. We have to eat food that is lighter because we have to raise the body, make it lighter to shift into this other dimension. And by holding it back by eating heavy foods, we're keeping it from progressing. People are noticing that they don't want these things anymore. The ideal diet is live foods, which means fresh fruits and vegetables. And they said eventually we're going to be going into liquid diets as the body becomes lighter until whenever we cross over into this new world, at first we will have a physical body and then we will turn into pure light. But that can take quite a while. But the ones who will not be going on will be left with the old earth, are those that are caught up in negativity and don't want to change. They will stay with what they have created. The other ones won't because they don't want to be in that density, that negativity anymore. But those will stay with what they have created. If they have karma that has to be repaid, they will have to stay there to repay it. After they die, they will not be allowed to come back to the earth again because the earth will have changed too much. They will be sent to other planets where there is still negativity so they can work out the remaining karma. But it doesn't matter because eventually we'll all get there anyhow. But at this point, there is a separation taking place as the two worlds separate. It's just like in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, where it says those will be left behind. Talks about the new heaven and the new earth. This is what it's talking about. And those that are left behind are the ones who are not ready. They can't change their vibration and frequency that quickly. It has to be happen gradually. You've got to be in it now to move forward. I think even if they realize it's going to be too late, they have to be working on it now at this point. And you're not supposed to go out and try to change anyone. Those who are already enlightened, they're already advanced, they realize what happens, what's happening now, they're already there. You don't have to worry about it. The other ones that are so deep into negativity, we're not going to be able to make a difference anyway. They have to find their own way. We're not supposed to convert anyone. It's the ones in the middle that are not sure which way they want to jump. Those are the ones we have to reach, the ones we have to talk to about that things are happening, things are changing, and we're moving into this totally new world.